All right. Math 2, Unit 14. This packet is due tomorrow. That's Tuesday the 21st. So we're going to go through it right now and just see where questions come up. And this is part of preparing for Friday's test. All right, questions on the first page, yes or no? No. Okay, let's flip over to the second page of worksheet 1. It starts with the Venn diagram, 3, 4, 5, 6. I believe all of this I did here with you guys. You just had to do these pieces on your own. So, if for whatever reason you still haven't done these pieces, that's what your work is today. That's what your homework is today, getting those pieces done. Got it? Any questions on this page? All right. Oh, before we move on, what does this mean if these two events do not overlap? Mutually exclusive. What does it mean if they do overlap? They're not mutually exclusive. When we fill in these charts, what part do we always fill in first? The middle. And then we subtract to get the outside numbers. We'll get more practice as we go. All right, next page. We are on the last page of worksheet 1, and it's the Baskin-Robbins as the first problem, and I did that one with you guys. So glancing, and it looks like I did number 10 with you guys as well. Glancing through this page, questions. All right. Now, I didn't do 8 and 9, and if you haven't done 8 and 9, what does that mean? Homework. All right, that's your homework tonight, getting this packet done. Can you guys flip over to worksheet 2? It looks like I did a few of them here with you, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 9. Why are these two events mutually exclusive? We are on worksheet 2. First page of worksheet 2. Why are these two events mutually exclusive? Because they do not have an overlap. That's what mutually exclusive is, correct?
And then what's the one that overlap?
Not mutually exclusive. Okay. Questions on the first page, 1 through 9. Guys, you need to understand the difference between these two, because I do have a lot of kids messing up. The difference between the word or and the word and. A or B versus A and B. Why is A and B equal 0 for this problem? Because there's no overlap, they're mutually exclusive. If they did not give you a picture and they told you two events are mutually exclusive, will the and always be 0? And what do you do for the or? There is a formula. You add them. Good job.
Don't you subtract by the over?
You are correct. And then you subtract the overlap. But is there overlap on mutually exclusive events? No. So if you were, you would minus 0. Why? Because there's no overlap. All right. Let's flip over to the second page in worksheet 2. We are right here. Numbers 10 through 19. And again, it looks like I did some of them with you. Any questions on this page? And you guys, yes?
Can you move over the bottom one?
This one here?
Yeah.
Okay. I did this part with you, Wyatt. Do you understand how I got this part, or would you like me to explain this?
But I want a refresher.
Okay. So it says here that A and B are mutually exclusive. So when I draw my circles, should there be overlap if they are mutually exclusive? No. All right, no overlap. Now it tells us to write it with the percent or a fraction, decimals. Decimals are percents, and the class chose percents when we did it. So 0.55, 55 hundredths for probability of A is the same as 55%. B is 25 hundredths, which is the same as 25%. What's 55 plus 25?
85.
80?
80.
50, 60, 70, 80. And percent should add up to what?
100.
So what would this outside have to be if this is 80?
20.
20. So 20% are neither A or B. Okay.
So that's all you do?
And that's all you do. And then you go through and answer the questions. Not A is everything except for A. So what's 25 plus 20? 45. The formula is 1 take away A. What's 100 take away 55? Or sorry, yeah, 55. Is it still 45? So either way would work. Why was A and B 0?
Because there is no, they're not connected.
They're not connected. There's no overlap. They're mutually exclusive.
Yeah, over.
Okay. A or B. What do you do with A? What do you do with B? Add them. And then I heard subtract overlap, but is there overlap here? No, so minus 0. You don't have to show the minus 0 part,
So
but you can. So what would it be?
80.
80. So 0.80 or 80%. I'm only going to, either way. I'm only writing it percent because I have all these other ones. I should have wrote that as percent as well. Okay, not A or B.
You subtract.
The probability of
I don't know.
A or B actually happening and subtract it from 1. Or look at the chart. If A or B don't happen, what are we left with? 20%. Let's do it with the formula. What is the probability that A or B does happen?
Wait.
25 and 55 is what? 80. So 100% minus 80% is what? Do we still get the 20?
So that's all you do?
That's all you do.
Oh, for sure.
All right. Wyatt, did you get this down? Did it make sense?
Makes sense.
Okay. Next one, next page. 20 I did with you guys. I explained it and I had you guys write your own stuff down. Is anybody willing to share what you have in this explanation on, in your own words, describe how the events of drawing a diamond and drawing a club from a standard deck of playing cards are mutually exclusive? No one's willing to share what they have. Put your earphones away, please. Put your cell phone away, please. Thank you. Get your heads up off the desk. And your hoods off. And yes.
You can't have a diamond and a club on the same card.
You can have a diamond and a club on the same card. What did you have? Same thing.
I have the same thing.
Same thing. You can't, there's no card that has a diamond and a club at the same time. Do you agree?
Yeah, man.
Okay. Next one, it looks like we did all of this together. Okay. Questions on this? Like Wyatt said, you did it, but can you explain it one more time? Because all of this stuff right here was on the quiz and will be on Friday's test.
Did you do the same
remember
for
that.
that one? Did you explain it one more time about that one too?
This one here?
Yeah.
Okay, on this one, we made a sum chart. Do you guys remember the sum chart? That is a sum chart, but it's just the numbers. Like you could roll a 3 and a 4, or you could roll a 4 and a 3, or 5 and a 3, or a 3 and a 6. But we actually put it like this where there were sums. Do you guys remember this? 4 plus 5 is 9. 5 plus 3 is
10. Oh, wait, 8.
8. 5 plus 5 is 10. Is that the only way to get a 5?
No?
No, there's 3 other ways. You can do a 6 with a 4 or a 4 with a 6. Of these 3, how many of them are doubles?
1.
Only that one right there. How many 9s are possible?
4.
Of those 9s, how many are
No.
doubles?
2.
None. There's no, right, there's no two numbers like 3, 3 that add up to a 9, right? 4, 4 doesn't add up to a 9. Let's see. It's
What?
6 and 3, 5 and 4, 4 and 5, 6 and 3. Are any of those doubles, meaning two numbers at the same time?
What do you mean?
Two numbers at the same time. A 2 with the 2, a 1 with the 1, a 2 with the 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, and 6, 6. Do any of those give you a 9? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Do you agree it would have to be even? Because if two numbers are exactly the same and you're adding them together, there's no way it's going to be odd.
Yeah.
Give me two numbers that add up to be 9 that are the same.
That are the same? What do you mean the same?
Like 4 and 4. Nope.
There is no.
That's why there's none. So I asked how many 9s, 1, 2, 3, 4. Of those 9s, how many of them are made by rolling a double? Two dice that are the same. None. Okay.
Oh, why'd you say that?
Because that's the question.
All right. Okay.
1 over something. I think it's the denominator.
On which one?
What that supposed to mean?
Never remember.
Okay. So, guys, what's the probability of rolling a 7? How many 7s do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
5, 6.
6 out of what's the total? Because there's 36 sums.
That's 1 over 1/6.
Correct, 1/6. What's the probability of rolling a 3 or an 11? What do we do with the word or? We just reviewed it.
Add it.
So how many 3s?
2.
How many 11s?
11.
All together? 4. Subtract overlap. Is there any overlap? No. That you can't have a 3 and 11 at the same time that add up. Okay, so 4 to 36, which is 1 over... Okay, rolling doubles. I just went over that. Are these the doubles here?
No. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6. How many doubles do I have?
6.
6 out of
36.
36, which is 1/6.
Where do you get the total from?
I have a question on the next page.
You 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36. Yeah. There's 6 across, 6 columns.
Okay.
So 6 times 36, or 6 times 6 is 36.
Okay.
Yes. On the
Oh,
next
it's on
one?
the next page.
Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, rolling an even sum, you just count all your even numbers. 18 out of 36 is 1/2. This is the one that kids struggle with, so I want to make sure we go over it, because kids struggled with it even on the quiz.
I didn't even do it.
Wait, I don't think either one is here. Jaden, oh yeah. Jaden's not here. Alik, this one's for you.
You let Wyatt sit up there?
There was no other seats for him. Guys. Okay. Paying attention. If event A is rolling a double,
Yeah.
these are my doubles,
Okay, gotcha.
and event B is a sum of 7s, this is the one we talked about earlier, but with a different number. So here are my 7s. Are the two events mutually exclusive?
Yes. No.
Mutually exclusive means there's no overlap. That's where they overlap. Is there a number in there? No. Is it possible to roll two numbers that are exactly the same, two whole numbers, and the sum add up to 7?
No.
No. Are they mutually exclusive?
Yeah.
Yes. Now, what if on the test they asked you a probability like this? The sum is 5 and doubles, or 7 and doubles. What would your answer be?
0.
0, because they don't overlap. And means they happen together. Please stop. Yes, Wyatt?
Are we gonna review, Monday and Tuesday? And Wednesday?
I said that, Wyatt. I explained the whole week, all of next week, and the week after. But yes, all of this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're reviewing, and Friday, we're taking the test. Okay, listening, please. Was he? Okay. All right. Next one. If event A is rolling doubles, create an event B so the event A and B are not mutually exclusive. So doubles with what kind of number?
Odd. Even.
Anything that is even. So give me an even number other than 2 or 12.
8.
8.
4.
Okay, sorry, I heard 8 first.
38.
All right, how many 8s do I have?
5.
And I have 6 doubles. How many of them overlap?
1.
Only that one right there. And it's because it's a 4 with a 4. Do you agree? Okay, so rolling doubles and the sum is 8. Would the sum of 6 worked?
Yeah.
Any even number? Yes or no? Okay, so and is the overlap. They happen together. How many times does it happen together?
1.
Out of 36. What if instead of 8 I had picked 6? Would I have a different answer?
No.
How many times do they overlap?
1.
Still the 1 out of
36.
36. What if the number's 10?
1 out of 36.
Is it still 1 out of 36? Now going back to the odd, what if instead of 7 I used 5? Is it still 0?
Yeah.
Or what would be another number that would give me a 0? 9, 11, 3, 5. Any odd number would give me a 0.
So there's no number in the middle? 0?
When it's odd. Yeah, there's like that one we did earlier with the 9. There's no number in the middle. This is
Yeah.
the overlap. There's no number. Okay. Now, let's flip this page.
Whoa.
We are on worksheet 3,
15.
15.
We need number...
Okay. Can we quickly fill in the numbers? Can you guys give them to me going down? 150, is this an 80?
Yeah.
40 and then 270. Pizza, first one is, thank you, 185 and then, good job. And then all of Sandwich Junior is
Sandwiches.
total.
180.
And this one here, 200. Good job. Okay.
How do you find that?
We done them in notes together.
Oh, I got you.
Like, you'd find one like this one here. You would. What was that?
You just don't say them.
The filling in the blanks.
Did we?
Yeah, it's right here. Let me show you one.
I did it on my own. I was struggling.
The blue pin is what I gave you, and you guys figured those out on your own. That's what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
yeah.
No, no, no,
On this
no,
one,
no.
there was more missing.
Okay.
Okay.
We had to find like.
Isaac, you always find the one, like this one we can find out first. 425 plus 275 might subtract from 900, you get the 200.
Okay.
Okay, and then what else could we find out?
Play the sandwiches.
This one, you can find 80 next by adding those two and subtracting.
It's like that one game.
You find what you can and then you keep working. Okay, guys, please listen. All right, 15. What's the probability? Not a freshman, not a pizza. I'm glad he's asked this one. You guys should be glad he asked this one because this is the one that kids miss quite often on these type of problems on the test. Okay, what does that bar mean, the vertical line? Given. When you're dealing with given, are you dealing with the 900?
No.
No. I had quite a few kids on the quiz that you're getting back tomorrow that put it out of the total. If it's a given, you no longer have the total population of 900. All right. What goes in the denominator? The total number of not pizza or total number of not freshmen?
Not freshman. Pizza.
It's always the second one, not pizza. So cross out your pizza. If I don't have pizza, I have hamburgers or sandwiches. So how many hamburgers and sandwiches do I have together?
That's like 4 something. 450.
450. And you can get that by adding those two or taking 900 minus 450, either one. And does it come out to be 450? Okay, so of these 450 people, students, how many of them are not freshmen? So who am I taking out of this box?
25.
I'm taking out 150 and I'm taking out,
75.
and what's 150 plus 75? What is it?
It's 225.
Okay, so you're going to take 225 and subtract it from what? 450, the total. So 450 minus the 150 with the 75, and what does that give you?
So would it be one with the five? Wait, what?
The
225.
225. Okay,
So is it 1/2?
so it equals 1/2. Yes.
What?
All right. What's another way of doing it? Instead of adding those two and subtracting, what could you add together? What four numbers? Oh, I'm crossing out the wrong one.
270, 180.
Could I add sophomores, juniors, and juniors that are not freshmen? Yes, the hamburgers, sophomores, juniors, the sandwiches, sophomore, juniors, because I'm not counting the freshmen, I'm not counting pizza at all. Add those four numbers together, should it also equal 225? Your choice in how you do
So you
it.
subtracted 425 and 200? Is that what you said?
The way he did it, he added these two numbers, the ones we crossed out, 150 and 175. You said that was 225?
Yeah.
And he subtracted it from 450. That was the way he did it. So, because it said not freshmen, so he took he put the freshman people and took them out. So subtracted from the total, not the 900 total, the 450 total. All right. How can you tell if any of these are mutually exclusive? Okay, did it say, okay, there is overlap or there's no overlap? If they are mutually exclusive, they don't have, right? There is no overlap. Right?
Right.
Okay, questions?
No.
All right, let's flip the page. Now, it looks like I did this one with you guys, but it's been a long time. How many of you feel like, oh, I have all the work done, but I don't remember what we did? Anybody feel that way?
We need to go to the next page.
go straight to the next page or remind you guys what we did here.
Aren't they similar?
They are.
Yeah.
They
I
are.
don't know. I don't care.
I want
I honestly don't care.
Okay, so do you want me to,
I want to
Okay.
go over one of them though.
how about I just talk about this one because that's where the stars are, and then we'll go to the next page.
Sure.
And you'll do the next page?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Listening. Looking here, right here. This is probably the most missed page overall. You have one just like this in the test that looks just like this page. This part here, everybody should be able to do on their own. This part is where they struggle. I am going to remind you that this formula right here is in your notes. Do not ask me the day of the test, what was that formula again? I'm not going to tell you. Practice it at home. It's right here. This is lesson 14.3. If you didn't take these notes because you weren't here, then you watch them online. They are online already. It's right here at the very end. There's the formula. Do you need to know this for the test?
Yes.
Okay, so cover it, write it, check it. Cover it, write it, check it. Just keep doing it over and over. It's the test for what? To prove something is independent. Okay, so it has here, are the events independent? So here's the formula. Now, I just showed it to you. P of A and B, what do we usually call that when we're dealing with these type of diagrams?
What do you mean? What does it start with?
A and B starts with an O. It's their overlap. So, find their overlap, the probability of the overlap, and check if it equals P of A times P of B. Overlap is easy. What's the overlap in this picture?
30.
30 out of, what's the total?
30 out of 80.
80. Cross out your zeros. What is that as a fraction?
3/8.
Is it 3/8?
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, P of A and B by itself, kids struggle with. A is all of A, counting Buffalo as A. Not only Buffalo, all of Buffalo. How many people visited Buffalo altogether? 55. If you did 25, you're saying they visited only Buffalo. No. Probability of A or probability of Buffalo is all. So 55 out of 80. What about Rochester?
10.
Altogether.
40.
40 out of 80. Reduce, multiply, it ends up being 11 over 32. Are they equal?
Yes. No. They're not.
No.
Wait.
They're not equal, homie.
Nope, this one's 3/8, this one's 11 over 32. So are they independent, yes or no?
No.
How'd you
No.
get that?
The second one,
What? No. 55.
55 is a 30
oh,
plus.
Okay. Okay. I got it.
Yeah? Yes.
How'd you get the 11 over 32?
I don't know if somebody plugged it in their calculator.
I think it's the. I think it's the one before it.
Oh, did we-
It's reduced. It's that answer reduced. I think.
I don't think we did. You would have to do it by hand if you don't have a scientific. This one's easy. What's 4 over 8?
4, 8, 2, 4, 2. Wait.
1/2. Okay, 55 divided by 5?
11 over
80 divided by 5?
13. No, 12. 6. No, that's 16.
It's 16.
What?
16?
You're off.
Okay. And then 11 times 1 is
11.
16 times 2.
32.
Now, I'm going to tell you right now, you do need to know how to reduce and multiply fractions on the test. Those of you because this problem is on the test. Those of you with your scientifics, you can just plug this in. Yes, have you tried it?
Nice.
And it works, it reduces it for you.
You can give me one of those.
Okay. It will be to your benefit because you will use them next year. Actually, you will need one next year.
Will I?
Man, I
Yes.
bought a calculator.
I don't know if I will.
And it broke. It was a nice
Okay.
one. It
Questions?
was like $60.
Guys, yes. Hustle. On the test, guys, listen. Shh. On the test, you're going to break it up in 2 pieces. This will be your mathematical work, and then in words, no, because the 2 fractions were not equal. Got it? Okay. Flip the page, and we're starting with this one. It's a different problem, but it's very similar. Yes, you are correct. All right. Everybody here. Okay, guys, take a look.
I'm still on page.
Do the overlap first. Read it. Isaac, read it for us. There are,
There are 100 players who participate in the tournament match. Among the 100 players, 60 players will play in baseball match. 40 players will play in a football match, and 24 players will play in both the baseball and football match.
thank you.
What?
Okay, which one do we do first?
The 100 players.
Nope, the overlap. How many, where did they overlap?
The 60 players. No, the 40 players. 24.
24. Okay, now remember, a common mistake kids make is they say, oh, 60 players, I'm going to put this as BB and this is FB. They'll say, oh, 60 people played baseball, so 60 goes here. Is that correct?
I don't know.
No, because you're saying 60 plus 24 that all these people played baseball.
Don't you have to subtract it?
We subtract it, good. 60 minus 24 is,
36.
and then how many played football altogether?
100. Wait, no, my bad. 60.
40.
Wait,
So 40 minus 24 is,
16.
and then you add those three together. What's 36 plus 24 plus 16? Can you guys add it up? 20, 30, 40, 56, is that
I got
76?
76.
Subtracted from 100 because that's your total. And you get what? 24? 24. Okay, guys, it's okay. What does 36 by itself represent? The number of people that,
Play baseball.
be careful. All these people played baseball.
Why are 24 going to the thing, to the tournament if they're not playing?
They play both.
There's
don't
other
you?
sports.
Oh.
Okay, guys, listening. Okay, I'm going to ask the question again. What does the 36 represent? The number that played only baseball.
Okay.
24,
Uh-huh.
the number of people that,
Play baseball.
Both.
Both.
Both?
Play football and baseball.
16,
Play football.
not played,
Football.
guys.
Mama said.
All of these people played football. 16 is the number of people that
Play football.
played only football. And 24,
That only play. That play both.
That played neither.
That play neither or don't play.
They don't play.
don't play
football.
either. This 24, not that 24. This one out here is the people that played, that did neither.
So
Okay.
you have to put the 24 in the corner.
Yes, these two numbers will not always be the same. Look right here, 30 and 15. Isaac, these two numbers are not the same. Can you see that?
Yeah. Okay. I get
But 1, 2, 3, 4, these four numbers should add up to your total.
it. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4 should add up to 100, and they do. That's how we found this number out. Okay. How many people play football only?
16.
16. It just said how many people, that's all we need. How many people play neither football nor
24.
baseball? 24, make it over here as your work. 24 out of what?
100.
Both of them divide by 4. What's 24 divided by 4?
76. Oh, I'm on
6. It's okay. It's okay.
Wow.
And what's 100 divided by
50.
4?
Wait. Oh.
25.
We're dividing by 4. So you're right, 6 over 25. Okay, what is the probability that one of the 100 players picked at random would have played either baseball or football?
24.
Guys, formula works, but it's easier if you just look. They're talking about anybody in this section. So how many in this section that played either baseball or football? 76.
Oh, 76.
Okay, so 76 out of 100. So put a note for yourself if you think you'll forget. Either means only, together, and only. Only baseball, baseball and football, or only football. Yes.
Why would you put 26 into a fraction? It's saying how many people.
Which one? Oh,
26.
thank you. I read this one too quickly. Thank you for catching that. This question is how many people. It didn't say probability. So no fraction at all, just a number. What I erased it already, but what would that number be for how many people play neither? The 24 on the inside or the 24 on the outside? Outside. Thank you. Okay.
Alright.
All right. So what does 76 over 100 reduce to? You can divide by 4.
13 over 25.
Thank you. 19 over 25. So now we have it because it says probability. And next one, what is the probability that one of the 100 players picked at random would have played both baseball and football?
622.
What is it?
622.
Give it to me before you reduced.
24.
24. Is that 24 coming from the inside or the outside?
Inside.
Inside, because it says both, it's right here. 24, and then you said that reduces to what? Did you say 6 out of 25, Mason?
Yeah.
Okay, 6 out of 25. All right. Do you guys agree this part here should be fairly easy for you guys on the test?
Yes.
Okay. Are the events playing baseball and playing football mutually exclusive? Yes or no?
No.
No, because
You can play both sports.
at the same event, because you wouldn't be playing them at the same time, but at the same event, right? You can play, or you can specifically say 24 people play both baseball, or is that baseball? Both baseball and football at the same event. That's what you should write down. Something along those lines. There's overlap. Yes. All right. So it looks like when we did this quite some time ago that I set it up for you guys. I didn't do it, but I
Yeah.
set it up.
Yeah.
Did anybody do it on their own that day I assigned it? Yes or no? Nobody did it on their own? Yes? Did it work? Yes or no? Okay, those of you that did are saying yes. Those who did it are saying yes. Let's try it. Okay. Does anybody have the formula from memory? P of A and B equals,
P of A times P of B.
and was that from memory?
No.
Yeah.
No, you looked it up. Did anybody have it done or kind of, sort of, somewhat in memory? Working on it? What is the P of A and B? What is this part? What do we call it in words? Overlap. Equals P of A times P of B. Okay, and this is probability of the overlap. So, what's the probability of the overlap happening? What is it?
24 over 100.
24 over 100. I think we reduced that one already, did we? Right here, what did it reduce to?
626.
I'm going to put that down here because I have work on this one. Okay, what's P of A? Remember, guys, P of A is all. We're going to call this event A, this event B. Probability of A is all of this happening, not only A, but all of it. So how many are in A altogether?
60.
Is it 60? So 60 out of 100. And times
40 over
all of B is what?
40.
40 out of 100. Okay, so if you have a calculator or scientific, you can plug it in. I am going to reduce and work it out. Do you guys agree I can cross out the zeros? And 6 and 10 divided by 2 is 3 over 5? Yes or no? Okay, cross out the zeros. 4 and 10 divided by 2 becomes 2/5. Multiplying fractions, you multiply across. Multiply the numerators, multiply the denominators. What's 3 times 2? Over what's 5 times 5? It's 25. Do they come out to be equal?
Yeah.
Yes. So we'd say yes because these two fractions are equal. So 6 over 25 equals 6 over 25. This is, you need both of these on the test. This is your, it said prove mathematically, there it is, and then you're answering yes or no and why. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Study that. Study the formula for the test. Do not come in on Friday and ask, what's the formula? I'm not going to give it to you. All right, let's flip the page. We're not packing up. Flip the page. Oh, flip the page. This, I'll go over this one with you guys tomorrow if any of you didn't get that one. The rest of this page should be done by tomorrow because we're turning it in. Flip the page, please. Did I do this part, the top part with you already?
Yes.
And did I do the top part here with you?
Yeah.
So here's your homework. You're finishing the back page, because I didn't do that. You're finishing this bottom page, and anything else we haven't done together. I want to do this one with you guys really quick, 18 through 21 on the review worksheet. Go there, 18 through 21 on the review worksheet.
I got you.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
Dependent or independent? Does one event have any effect on the next one?
No.
You roll 2 on a dice and then you spin a 6 on a spinner. Does the dice affect the spinner?
No.
No. So I for independent or D for dependent? Independent. You pick an ace from a deck of cards and you do not replace it and you pick another.
Yeah.
Dependent. What's the key word there that makes it dependent? Without replacing. What I said we're not packing up. What do we do? What would this change to so that it would be independent?
With replacement.
With replacement. Okay, you flip a coin, you get a tails, then you roll a die. Does the coin have any effect on the die?
No.
Does it?
No.
The coin and the there's no, they don't have any effect, right? What if you flip a coin twice? Does the first have an effect on the second? No. Either of those cases would be independent. Yes.
But it says if you get
Oh, if. Thank you. You flip a coin. If you get tails, then you roll a die. I didn't see the if. You were on it today. So, catching the, if it didn't have the word if, dependent or independent? Independent. With the word if, what would we say? Dependent. It is a block day, Wednesday or Thursday, so we're not on this week, and you attend math class. Do you attend a math class depending on if it's Wednesday or Thursday, right? Would you go to math class on a Thursday?
No.
No. So dependent or independent?
Dependent.
Dependent. All right, whatever we've not done and you've not done is your homework. If you've done it all, then you're just making sure you bring it to class tomorrow to turn it in.